Welcome to podcast time.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Nick.
And I'm Rachel. We are so happy you are listening today.
Today, we are talking about a very important topic for anyone learning English. It's something we do every single day.
That's right. We are talking about daily routines. You know, the things you do from the moment you wake up until you go to sleep.
Exactly. Rachel, are you a morning person? Do you like waking up early?
Oh, definitely not. I love my bed. I usually wake up at 7 o'clock, but I don't actually get out of bed until 7:15. I need those 15 minutes to think about my day. What about you?
I'm the opposite. I'm an early bird. I wake up at 6 o'clock every morning. The first thing I do is stretch, and then I go straight to the kitchen.
Let me guess. You make coffee?
Yes, I can't start my day without a big cup of black coffee. It's my favorite part of the morning. While the coffee is brewing, I usually check the weather on my phone.
That's a good habit. I usually check my messages first, which is probably a bad habit. After I finally get out of bed, I go to the bathroom to wash my face and brush my teeth. It helps me feel awake.
Brushing your teeth is important. After my coffee, I eat breakfast. I usually have something simple, like cereal with milk or maybe some toast with jam. Do you eat a big breakfast, Rachel?
No, I'm not very hungry in the morning. I usually just have a piece of fruit, maybe a banana or an apple, and some tea. I prefer green tea over coffee.
Interesting. So after breakfast, what is next? Do you get dressed right away?
Yes, I go to my closet and pick out my clothes. It's usually difficult for me to choose. Then I put on my clothes and fix my hair. I don't spend a lot of time on my hair, though. Just a quick brush.
I'm much faster. I pick the first shirt I see. Then I pack my bag. I make sure I have my keys, my wallet, and my phone.
I always forget my keys. I have to look for them every morning. It's so frustrating.
Maybe you should put them in the same place every night.
You're right, I should. Anyway, after I'm ready, I leave the house. I walk to the bus stop at about 8:30. How do you get to work, Nick?
I usually drive. My office is a bit far, so I listen to music or a podcast, like this one, while I'm in the car. It takes about 20 minutes.
That's a nice way to start the workday. So, Nick, once you arrive at the office at around 8:20, what is the first thing you do?
Well, the very first thing I do is say hello to my colleagues. It's nice to be friendly. Then, I sit down at my desk and turn on my computer. I usually have a lot of emails to read.
Oh, I know that feeling. Reading emails can take a long time. Do you start working on big projects right away?
Not usually. I like to make a to-do list first. I write down the 3 most important things I need to finish before lunch. It helps me stay organized. What about you? You work from home sometimes, right?
Yes, I do. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I work from my home office. I start at 9 o'clock. I like it because I don't have to travel, but it can be lonely. I miss the office water cooler talk.
I understand. When I'm at the office, we usually have a short meeting at 10 o'clock. We stand up and talk about our goals for the day. It's very quick, maybe only 10 minutes.
That sounds productive. By 11 o'clock, I usually feel a bit hungry again. I call it my second breakfast time. I often eat some yogurt or some nuts to keep my energy up.
That's a healthy snack. I usually wait until lunch. In my office, most people eat lunch at 12:30. We have a small kitchen with a microwave, so I often bring food from home. Last night's pasta is always better the next day.
I agree. Leftovers are the best. When I work at home, I usually make a fresh salad or a sandwich. I try to step away from my computer while I eat. It's important to give your eyes a rest.
That's very true. After I finish my lunch, I like to go outside for a short walk. Even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes, the fresh air helps me feel more awake for the afternoon.
I should do that more often. Sometimes I just stay at my desk all day, but in the afternoon, around 2 o'clock, I usually feel a bit tired. That is my energy slump time.
I think everyone feels that. That's when I have my second cup of coffee, or sometimes I drink a large glass of cold water.
Water is a great idea. In the afternoon, I usually focus on my most difficult tasks. For me, that's writing reports or checking long documents. I need a lot of concentration for that.
I'm the same. I try to finish my hardest work before 4 o'clock. After 4, I start finishing smaller tasks and answering more messages. I also check my to-do list to see what I finished and what I need to do tomorrow.
It feels so good to cross things off a list, doesn't it?
It really does. It makes me feel like I achieved something today.
So, when the clock finally hits 5 o'clock, is that when you finish work, Nick?
Usually, yes. I try to leave the office right on time. I save my files, turn off my computer, and say goodbye to everyone. It's a great feeling to walk out of the building after a long day.
I bet. For me, since I work from home some days, leaving work just means closing my laptop and moving to the living room. It's a bit different because I don't have a drive home.
That sounds nice, but I actually enjoy my commute home. It's my time to transition from work mode to home mode. I usually listen to the radio or some upbeat music to relax.
That makes sense. When I finish at 5, the first thing I do is change my clothes. I take off my professional clothes and put on something comfortable, like leggings or a sweatshirt. It's like a signal to my brain that the workday is over.
That's a smart routine. By the time I get home, it's usually 5:30. I walk through the door, take off my shoes, and put my keys in that spot we talked about.
Good job! See? You're learning. Do you go straight to the kitchen to start dinner?
Not immediately. First, I like to check the mail. Then, I spend a few minutes playing with my dog. He's always so happy to see me when I get home. He wags his tail and wants to play with his ball.
Oh, I love dogs. That's a great way to de-stress. I don't have a dog, but I have a lot of plants. I usually spend 10 minutes watering them and checking their leaves. It's very peaceful.
It sounds very relaxing. But eventually, we have to think about food, right? Around 6 o'clock, I start thinking about dinner. I'm not a professional chef, so I keep it simple. Maybe some grilled chicken and vegetables.
I'm the same. I try to cook most nights because it's healthier than ordering food. I like to listen to a podcast or the news while I chop vegetables. It makes the chore of cooking feel more like a hobby.
Exactly. And sometimes, if I'm feeling lazy, I just make a big omelet. It's fast, easy, and healthy. Do you eat dinner alone or with someone?
Most nights I eat with my roommate. We sit at the table, no phones allowed, and talk about our days. It's nice to share stories and laugh a little. We usually finish eating by 7:30.
That's a good rule. I usually eat while watching a little bit of the news on TV. After dinner, there is always the part I like the least: washing the dishes.
Ugh, the dishes! I usually listen to one more song while I clean the kitchen. It makes the time go faster. Once the kitchen is clean, I feel like I can finally relax for the evening.
Once the dishes are dry and the kitchen is clean, I feel like the evening truly belongs to me. This is my favorite time of the day.
I agree. That post-dinner feeling is so cozy. Around 8 o'clock, I usually move to the sofa. Sometimes I read a book, and other times I watch a show on Netflix. What do you do to relax?
Well, on Mondays and Wednesdays, I actually go to the gym. I find that exercising in the evening helps me get rid of any stress from the office. I lift weights for about 45 minutes and then do a little bit of running.
Wow, I admire your energy. If I go to the gym at 8 o'clock at night, I think I would be too awake to sleep later. I prefer to do something quiet. I've actually started learning how to knit.
Knitting? That's cool. Is it difficult?
It was hard at first, but now it's very repetitive and calming. I'm making a blue scarf right now. It's not perfect, but it's mine. It's nice to do something with my hands that doesn't involve a screen.
That's a great point. We spend so much time looking at computers and phones. On the nights I don't go to the gym, I like to practice the guitar. I'm not very good yet, but I know a few basic chords.
That's wonderful. Music is such a good way to switch off your brain. Do you practice every day?
I try to. Even just 15 minutes makes a difference. After that, around 9 o'clock, I usually have a small snack. I know some people say you shouldn't eat late, but I'm always a little hungry after the gym. Usually, I just have some peanut butter on a rice cake.
That sounds like a classic Nick snack. For me, 9 o'clock is tea time. I make a cup of herbal tea, usually chamomile because it helps me feel sleepy. I also use this time to call my mom or a friend just to chat for a few minutes.
It's important to stay connected. I usually text my friends in a group chat to plan our weekend. It gives me something to look forward to during the week.
Definitely. By 9:30, I start to slow down. I dim the lights in the living room and put my phone on Do Not Disturb mode. I find that if I keep checking social media, I stay awake for hours.
That is so true. The infinite scroll is a sleep killer. I try to put my phone away by 10 o'clock. If I have any energy left, I might write in my journal. I just write 3 things I am grateful for that happened during the day.
I've heard about that. It's called a gratitude journal, right? It sounds like a very positive way to end the day.
It really is. It helps me focus on the good things, even if the day was busy or stressful.
It's interesting how we both start slowing down around the same time. By 10 o'clock, I'm usually feeling quite sleepy. That is when I start my nighttime routine.
The nighttime routine is just as important as the morning one, right? For me, the first step is heading to the bathroom. I brush my teeth, of course, and then I take a warm shower.
A shower at night? I actually prefer to shower in the morning to wake up. But I've heard that a warm shower at night can help you relax your muscles.
It really does. It feels like I'm washing away the day. After my shower, I put on my pajamas. I like the soft cotton ones. They are very comfortable.
Comfort is key. For my routine, I spend a bit more time on my skincare. I wash my face with a special soap, and then I put on some moisturizer. It's a quiet 5-minute task, but it makes me feel like I'm taking care of myself.
My skincare routine is very simple, just water. But I do spend time preparing for the next morning. I check my calendar one last time to see if I have any early meetings. If I do, I set my alarm for 5:45 instead of 6.
That is very disciplined of you. I also check my alarm, but I usually set 2 or 3. I'm always afraid I will sleep through the first one.
I only need one alarm, but I put my phone on the other side of the room. That way, I have to stand up to turn it off. It's a little trick I play on myself.
That's clever. After I finish in the bathroom, I go to my bedroom. I don't turn on the big light, I just use a small lamp by my bed. The warm light makes the room feel very cozy.
I do the same. I also make sure the room is cool. I read somewhere that people sleep better in a cool room. I usually open the window just a little bit to let in some fresh air.
I like that. Once I'm in bed, I don't touch my phone again. Instead, I pick up the book I started earlier. I usually only read about 5 or 10 pages before my eyes start to close.
Reading is the perfect way to fall asleep. I usually listen to some white noise or the sound of rain on a small speaker. It blocks out any noise from the street outside.
Rain sounds are so relaxing. It's like a lullaby for adults. Do you ever think about the next day while you're lying there?
I try not to. If I start thinking about work, I can't sleep. I try to focus on my breathing. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. It helps my heart rate slow down.
That's a good technique. I usually think about what I'm going to wear the next day. But if I start to worry, I just remind myself that tomorrow is a new day with new opportunities.
It's funny how much effort we put into sleeping well, isn't it? But it really pays off the next morning. Usually, by 10:30, I am completely out. I sleep like a log until my alarm goes off at 6.
I wish I could sleep that deeply. I usually wake up once or twice during the night, maybe to get a glass of water, but I generally get about 7 hours of sleep. That seems to be the magic number for me to feel healthy and happy.
7 or 8 hours is perfect. But Rachel, does your routine stay the same on the weekends? Or do you change everything on Saturday and Sunday?
Oh, the weekend is totally different. On Saturdays, I throw the routine out the window. I never set an alarm. I stay in bed until 9 or even 10 o'clock. It's my favorite luxury.
I still wake up early on Saturdays. My body is just used to it. But I don't get out of bed right away. I stay under the covers and watch some funny videos or read the news. It's a slow morning.
Slow mornings are the best. On Sundays, I usually go to a local cafe and have a long brunch with friends. We eat eggs, pancakes, and drink lots of coffee. It's much more exciting than my Monday to Friday bowl of fruit.
Definitely. I use my weekends for the things I don't have time for during the week, like going for a long hike or visiting my parents. It's important to have that balance. If every day was exactly the same, life would be a bit boring.
That's true. Routines are great because they help us stay productive and healthy, but you need those break days to recharge your batteries. It makes Monday morning feel a little bit easier.
Speaking of Monday morning, I think we've covered just about every part of the day, from the first cup of coffee to the final deep breath before sleep.
We certainly have. For our listeners out there, think about your own routine. What is the first thing you do when you wake up? And what is one thing you do every night to relax?
Try to practice saying those things in English. You can even talk to yourself while you are brushing your teeth or cooking dinner. It's a great way to practice.
That's a wonderful tip, Nick. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us and listening to our conversation.
We hope you enjoyed it and learned some useful phrases for your own daily life.
We'll be back soon with another topic. Until then, have a great day and a great routine.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.